All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Today is Thursday, April 4th. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Today, we're going to be talking about how to customize the built-in search page. So I'm going to be taking you guys through, showing you how to access this page, show you how to choose what appears on that search page, and then how to customize how those search results appear. Now, also keep in mind that the last day to enroll in the Mother's Day client campaign is April 5th. That is tomorrow. So if you want to be involved in that client campaign for Mother's Day, you need to make sure that you go in there, and I'll show you that in a second, and make sure that you're enrolled. If you don't want to be a part of that campaign tomorrow, you need to make sure that you are not enrolled by tomorrow, and I'll show you that here in a second. Now, don't forget, every Tuesday we do a Site Review Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. What have you guys been thinking about these site reviews? Have you liked them so far? Let me know in the chat. I think they have been phenomenal, and we have got such an overwhelming response of people wanting their site reviewed that we'll be doing this for quite a while. So keep sending those in. If you haven't submitted your site for review yet, make sure that you hit up that link in the description below the video. Let me say hi to some of you guys in chat, and we have Richard, the moderator, hanging out with us today. So you guys make sure to say hi to Richard, show him some love there in the chat. But Kathleen Daniels has been talking to me today already. Forte coming in and hanging out with us. Roxanne made it in. Hopefully your satellite dish got fixed, Roxanne. And let's see who else we have. Home Phone hanging out with us. And let's see, anybody else saying hi yet? Don't see anybody else yet. Hey, if you're watching this, if this is your first time watching Zenfolio Live, say hi and let us know. And also just let us know where you're watching from. We really appreciate you guys jumping on here every Thursday and hanging out with us. Shark says, Shark 408's hanging out with us. How does the built-in search page work differently than an event landing page? That's a great question, Sharks. I'm going to show you how that works here in just a second as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump into today's content on how to customize that built-in search page. All right, guys, so the first thing that I'm going to do is take you and show you how to access this built-in search page, show you where it's at, show you where you can find it. If you want to include this on your site menu, you can. There's a couple of different ways to do that, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, as I'm going through this, you guys don't have to wait till I stop to ask questions. If you have questions that you would like answered live, make sure that you get those in the chat. Also, just a fair warning today, guys, you might hear some weird noises. They were stopped, I thought, for the entire day, but my neighbors are actually getting a new roof put on their house, and there's like an air compressor right outside of my window. And all day, earlier today, all I was hearing was their nail guns going off. So you guys hear some crazy, weird background noises. That's what's going on. There's a new roof being put on like right outside of my window. So hopefully it's not too distracting, and I'm able to get through this. All right, so the built-in search page. This is one of Zenfolio's built-in pages that we have in your account. If you've never checked it out before, I definitely recommend going and checking it out. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and hover over website right here. And then I'm going to open built-in pages right here in a new tab. We're just going to click on this. And these are, and there's me. Hi, me. These are all of the built-in pages that Zenfolio has that you can utilize to do different options inside of your account. Now, I'm going to scroll down here towards the bottom, as it should be in alphabetical order, is the built-in search page. And let me just open this up and show you what it looks like really quick. So I'm going to open it in a new tab as always. And this is what that search page looks like. It's really basic, but there's some customization you can do to this to change the way that search results appear. You can also control what shows up here when people do searches. And so we're going to talk about that here in a second. Now, how do you customize this built-in search page? Well, what you want to do is come in here, and then you're going to go down here, and you're going to hit customize right next to that. And that's going to take you to where you can customize that built-in search page. Now, to see what kind of options that we have, let's do a quick search on this really quick so you can see kind of what it's looking like. Now, I just reset this account with a preset. So basically everything is back to that preset's default. So this is going to be how this search page would look by default according to the preset. So let me just show you that really quick. If I come in here and I type in portraits, I hit enter. nothing is going to be found. That's probably because I don't have anything set up to be searchable under portraits. I think maybe I have something under engaged. There we go. So under engagement, and this is kind of the way that this is set up to look. Pretty basic. There's multiple pages in here, but all of this stuff can be customized to look a little bit different. And so we're going to go back through and show you these options. Now, as you notice, there can be galleries, collections, photos, and videos in here. So it really depends on what you want to use this search page for, why you want your clients to use this, and what options do you want showing. And that's really what's going to help you decide how you want to customize this search page and what options that you want to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to edit view for this. So I'm just going to hover over the edit button right here, click on page, and this is going to let us start customizing this page. All right. And so what we can do, first of all, is there's no way to change the layout. So this page only has one layout. Now you can change the colors and the fonts using Theme Designer. And if you haven't played around in Theme Designer, I definitely suggest playing around in it. If you're not familiar with it, just go to our channel really quick and do a search for themes, Theme Designer. There's a couple of videos on it that will show you how to work on Theme Designer, opening it up in a multiple tab and going back and forth. And I'm sure on a few of the live streams, I'm definitely going to be showing you guys that as well. Now, under options is where you're going to want to go. So if we go under options in here, these are all the different elements that you can have show up on that search result or that you can take away. Now, one of the things that I always suggest hiding is breadcrumbs. So these are going to be like paths to galleries. I always suggest hiding that. But here's where you can start deciding what kind of information you want showing up in this search result. So you can see that when I clicked in there and I hit engaged, it showed all these different tabs. And then when I got to the photos tab, I saw the photos. They were smaller thumbnails. And then I had to switch between pages to see all of the images that came up. That's not the option that I like. I want this to kind of look like my galleries where it's a continual scrolling kind of thing. And so what I want to do is make sure that I get rid of that pagination first, which is right here. We're just going to set that to hide. And then personally for me, I'm going to set this up just to search images. I don't want people getting into galleries through the search page. I don't want videos showing in it. I just want it to be set up to search images. So I'm going to hide the gallery results. I'm going to hide the collections because I don't use collections, and I recommend that you don't use collections either. But also what I'm going to do is hide videos right here. And we're just going to leave photos in search results. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to change the way that those photos appear whenever somebody does a search and they show up, right? I'm not a fan of those small thumbnails. I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to change up my grid style. So we're going to go to grid options right here, and you can change this up. Right now it's on grid D. I usually recommend going with grid A or grid B. They're going to be dynamic. They're going to present your images in their actual aspect ratio, and I feel like it's a much better presentation of your photos. So I'm going to swap this over to be grid B. And then once you swap that over, if you want to customize the size of the photos, you can do that right here. If you want to add some spacing between the photos, which I definitely recommend having a little bit of spacing. I see the grids that are really, really tight, and it makes me feel a little claustrophobic. And so I'm going to add a little bit of spacing, but not a whole lot. So I'm just going to do like 5 pixels here and maybe set this up to be 2. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to photo thumbnails. And there are some options here that you can have. So if you want to show that photo title on that image, you can. I would recommend probably hiding most of this stuff. So I'm going to hide a lot of this stuff right here. I'm going to go up here and change this to show on the overlay, set it to be centered. And then we're just going to click apply down here at the bottom. And let me show you guys what this page will now look like whenever I do a search. So now that I've customized it, if I type in engaged again, and we hit search, now it's showing the photos tab only, and you can see some of these preview images are having to regenerate because they're a larger size now. But now you can see right here that first of all, there's not all those different tabs that are up here, and you see the image title under here as well. Now what happens when you click an image in the search page, it's going to take them to that gallery and take them to that image. So if I click on this image, It's going to go right here to that gallery. And this one's opening up in the photo page because this particular image is coming from a portfolio gallery that doesn't have a price list on it. And then I have it customized because I just reset everything to be the default for this preset. So now that I've done that and I've got that search page all customized and looking the way that I want, I'm just going to go ahead and click the publish button up here on the top. Make sure that those changes are published so that they actually go live out to my site. Now, how do people get to this search page? That depends on if you want them to or not. So you can show the search bar in your header. You can show the search bar in your footer. You can link to that built-in search page on your site menu. So there's lots of different options that you have to get people to that search page. It really just depends how you want to do that. So let's hop back into edit view really quick. And what we're going to do is I'll show you those different options. So right now I'm on the home page and I'm using my homepage menu, as you guys can tell up here. And you can see, let me go to full screen really quick. You guys can see down here that search bar is showing right here. So I turned that on, and you can turn that on by going to options, page elements, and then scrolling down and setting that search field right here to show. Now, depending on your homepage layout, that search bar might appear in a different spot depending on what layout you're using, but you can turn that on the homepage. Now, the other thing that you can do is if you are using your header menu, so if I show my header and my footer, let me just hide my homepage menu and logo. If I show my header and my footer, we can also show the search field in the header and footer as well. Now, you guys hear me talk a lot about this if you watch the site reviews. If you are not optimizing for search, if you do not want visitors and clients going in there and searching for things, this is definitely an option that you want to hide. But if you want people to go search, maybe you're a fine art photographer, maybe you're a landscape photographer, or maybe you have just different options and you just like to have it where people can go search, make sure that you are optimizing your content so that you can get the content that you want to show showing up in search results and prevent content that you don't want showing in search results. And we're going to go through that as well here in just a second. But you can also show that search bar in the header and the footer. So if you go to site header over here behind my head, let me just get myself out of the way here. If you go to site header right here, you can go to elements and you can set that search field to show. Now on the header, you can actually show it collapsed or you can show it expanded, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and just show it collapsed first. We're going to hit apply, and then that's going to put that search option up here in my header, and it's over here. Oops, where did it go? Did I not do it? Collapsed. Okay. So that's going to be up here on the left-hand side, which you can't see because my browser is too small. There it is. Let me drag this over here. All right, there we go. So here's that search field. It's collapsed, and then when you hover over it, then it expands out and people can search. And while we're looking at this, there's a little option in here that you need to know about. If you're showing the search bar, this is an option that you want to pay attention to. All right, so when I hit that, if you see this little caret menu right here, if I click on that, that gives me the option to search just my site or search through all of Zenfolio. So anybody's photos that are searchable on Zenfolio, I can search through those. That's not something that you're probably going to want turned on. You're probably going to want to prevent people from leaving your site. You're probably going to want your clients or your visitors just to be searching through your content. So if you have that search bar showing, make sure that you turn that option off. And that is found under Site Settings, which is right down here. Go to Site Settings. And then what you're going to do is go to General, and then just uncheck the option to include search all Zenfolio and search fields. You want to make sure that that option is unchecked so that that option doesn't get presented to your visitors and to your clients. Now, after you've unchecked that, if you apply it, I'll show you. I'm going to go back to that search bar, and now we won't see that little caret menu. So now that little caret menu is gone. So that's how you turn that off. Now, Like I said, you can also show the search in your footer menu down here. So let me go full screen. And this little, whoops, let me get that out of the way. Come on, get out of the way. There we go. This search thing right here is not part of my site footer. That's coming from my homepage menu. So if I go up to options, page elements, search field, and hide, you're going to see that search bar go away. And why am I showing you how to include the search in all these different places? Because there might be specific pages you want the search to show and you don't want it to show. And if you know all the different places you can turn it on and off, that helps give you some control over those options of where it shows. So now that little search bar here went away. And now we can go down to site footer, and then we can click on elements and we can say search field show. And it can be expanded or collapsed in the footer as well. So if I hit apply, now we're going to have an expanded search field showing in the footer right here. All right. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and turn these options off. I'm going to go back to my site header and hide that search field because I don't really optimize my stuff on here for searching. And it's not particularly something that I would want my visitors or clients using in most cases. But like I said, landscape photographers, fine art photographers, or if you are optimizing your client galleries and stuff for searches and you want them to be searchable, it's definitely something that you can use. Now I'm going to go down here back to site footer. Actually, I'm just going to turn my site footer off. So we're going to go options and we're going to set that page footer to hide. Now there is one last thing I'm going to show you guys, and then I'm going to come back and check on you guys in chat. And then we're going to go and I'll show you how to make sure that you have your content set up so that what you don't want to show up in a search result won't, and what you do want to show up will. And we talked about this a lot more in depth last week. So if you missed the last week's live stream, it was all about optimizing your photos, your galleries, and your groups for search. You should definitely go back and check that out because it's got a lot of good information and it will really help you understand how all of this stuff works and how it shows up in search results. And it gives you a lot of good SEO tips as well, including Google Trends. I talk about Google Trends as well. So definitely go back and make sure that you check out last week's. There should be a link to the Zenfolio Live archive in the description below this video if you're wondering where to see that. All right, so what we're going to do is the last way that you can link to your search page if you want is you can link directly from your site menu. So you can go right up here, add a new link, type in search, hit enter on your keyboard, and then you're going to link this menu item to a built-in or custom page, and then you're just going to select that search page right here and hit update, and then you can drag that site menu item into whatever position you want it to be in. So lots of different ways to link to that search page. Make sure that you're setting it up the way that works best for you. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this from here because this is not something that I want showing. All right, guys. So after you've got all that stuff set up, again, don't forget to click the publish button, top right corner, to make those changes go live. Let me jump over here and say hi to some of you guys in chat, and then we'll go back and we'll start talking about how to make sure that content doesn't show up in search results. And I'm also going to, I know Sharks had a question. He said, what is the difference between an event search and the search page here? And I'm going to explain that as well. All right. So what I'm going to do is check on you guys here in chat because I think we have a lot of people joining us that I didn't get to say hi to. All right, so Forte, blowing it up. I love having Forte and Roxanne and Kathleen on here. You guys are awesome. Home Phone, awesome. Sharks, you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you guys coming on here week after week and just the positivity that you guys bring. I love it and really appreciate you guys. Let's see. We have Zoli from Romania. Hey, thanks for jumping on here, Zoli. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We've got, let's see, JGUK from Scotland. Awesome. Happy to have you here. Amy coming and hanging out with us from Arizona. We've got Robbie Allerman. Oh, I thought I would get a notification when this started. A lot of that depends on your YouTube settings, but also in your Zenfolio account, you should get a little slide out, as we saw earlier with my face kind of doing something funny. You should see that in your Zenfolio account. But if you're not getting notifications on YouTube, make sure that you go to our account when you subscribe to it. look for that little bell and make sure that you have that clicked so that you get those notifications. Also do it on your phone. So if you don't have the YouTube app on your phone, download the YouTube app and turn on notifications so you get notifications on your phone as well when we go live. We go live every Thursday, same time, and then every Tuesday as well for live site reviews. But yeah, so make sure that you have that little bell clicked so you get those notifications. All right, let's see who else do I have here. I didn't say hi to. I think I'm caught up. If you guys have questions in the chat, make sure that you get them in there. I'm going to start answering some of those here in a second. Let me go back through really quick and make sure, or let me show you guys really quick how to exclude and include things in search results. So anything that you don't want to show up in search results, what I recommend doing is creating a group. So like if you don't want your client gallery showing up, I recommend making sure that you have a clients group created, and then click on that clients group, come up here to access, and then you're going to go to search settings, and there's actually a couple of options in here that you have. Now you can leave it to allow content to be publicly searchable. What that means is that will let Google index that entire content, and it will let that stuff start appearing on Google search results. Really great for portfolio galleries. Probably not the best thing that you want to happen for your client galleries. Now the other option that you have is allow the content to be searchable only on your website. So maybe you have some client galleries that you want to be searchable, but you don't really want them showing up on Google search results. That's when you're going to want to choose this option right here so that they can only be searchable through that search that's built into Zenfolio. And then the last option is if you don't want the content showing up in any search results at all, you have this last option right here, which is do not include it in search results. And you can check that. And what that actually does is it puts the do not index tag in the HTML of that group and prevents it from being indexed for any kind of search. Now it's really important, guys, that you do this prior to uploading content, because once you upload that content, if it's publicly searchable and Google indexes it, there's a chance that it's already out there indexed by Google and showing up in Google search results, and it is not an instant takedown. So once you change this setting over, it doesn't instantly remove them from Google. Google has to go back through, re-index your site, and then when they realize that that content is no longer accessible, that's when that content starts coming down. So it's so important that you guys make sure that you have these search settings set up correctly so that you don't run into that issue. All right. Now, Sharks was asking me earlier, what's the difference between the search page and an event search? And an event search is something that you can only get if you have a Zenfolio Advanced account. And I think I have a event in here really quick. And so what an event does, guys, is an event it's basically a searchable container, and it searches for specific keywords, and it only searches this content here. So I think this is an open event. Let me see here if this is an open event. This is an open event. Okay, perfect. So an open event is going to search for particular keywords that you have keyworded into the image. It's not going to search the title of the image. It's not going to search the caption. It's just going to search the keyword section. So if I go in here and I go to this Zen Blue and I go to the photo and I go to details, you can see what that keyword is right here. And this photo would only appear in the open event search if I typed in Z07 exactly. I would not be able to find this photo by searching by the name or any of that. It's only that exact keyword that's actually in the photo. And that is, hold on a second, guys. Let me mute this dude in chat here. We're going to mute you, Huda Bra. We're going to mute you and remove you. So let me do that really quick. There we go. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, but yeah, so like I said, is event searches only search the specific keyword. It's not going to search the title of the image and things like that. So there's a totally different use for that. I did a live stream on open events a while back, but I'm going to be doing one on restricted events soon. But they're totally different search settings and search reason. So make sure that you understand that. Hopefully, Sharks, that kind of clarified it. If I need to go more in depth, let me know. It's a really great feature if you shoot sports, if you photograph schools, if you do any type of event photography, any kind of high volume photography. Zenfolio's events feature is phenomenal, you guys. So you definitely want to check that out. And if you're interested in knowing more about that, make sure that you reach out to the support team and let them know that you're interested. And they can definitely talk to you more about those kinds of features for sure. But yeah, so let me go and see if you guys have any questions here that I'm missing in the chat. So let's see. Robbie Alvin says, when will we be able to search in Zenfolio galleries themselves from the edit side? So that's an option I know I've heard people request before. I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be coming anytime soon. I know it's something that we're looking at, Robbie. I just don't have a timeline on any kind of information on that. It would definitely be a great feature to have, and I could definitely see why it would be needed, but I just don't have any kind of timeline information like that. But it's good feedback to have. It's definitely something that I'll pass along to our developers. But when is it coming? I don't have an answer for you, man. I wish I did, but definitely some a good request for sure. All right, let's see. All right, let's see here. So Robbie says, missed the first few minutes. Has he said what exactly does it search for? Does it search embeddable Lightroom keywords? Yeah, absolutely. So there's a support article. I think that got thrown out in the chat. Let me see if I can't grab that just in case it didn't. And I'm going to throw this in chat right now to you, Robbie. It's about what shows up in search results. Definitely check that article out. But yeah, so it's going to be searching keywords. I think it searches the image title, caption, stuff like that. Read that article. It will give you the specific details on exactly what is all searchable in there and how that works. Great question, though, you guys. All right, let's see. Let me make sure that I am caught up to you guys here. Let's see. See, I got that clicked. Is anyone using the Photo Moments app? And if so, how do you like it? Kathleen, that's a great question. I've used the Photo Moments app a couple of times. Some of my clients like the app. Some of them just kind of ignored the app and just went to the mobile site. So it really depends. I find that the Photo Moments app is really cool for those clients that you want to make feel really special, right? You have those clients that need to feel like the world revolves around them. And I find that the Photo Moments app gives them that little bit of extra of like, oh, I have my own app. This is really cool. And so that's what I've used it for. And I find that they really like that a lot. Let's see. Let me keep going here really quick. Let's see. Am I correct in thinking that the blog search is independent from the image and gallery search? Yes. So the blog search should just search through your blog post. It's not going to be going through your images and stuff like that. JGUK. So hopefully that answers your question. Hey, we've got Katie Zen jumping on there. Hey, Katie, thanks for jumping on here and hanging out and saying hi. Robbie says, I prefer the Zenfolio app because you have to add galleries to the Photo Moments app. Totally. Yeah, you do have to add the galleries as a client. You have to swipe up. But again, it really depends on your clients and what they prefer. All right, let's see here. So many galleries. Everyone loves the Photo Moments app for downloading images for social media. Yeah, absolutely. If they want to download their photos, just like Robbie was saying in the chat now, the Photo Moments app is great. If you want to let them download photos for social media and stuff like that, it's really great to use that app for that as well. All right. Hey, if you're watching the recorded version of this, we would love to have you come on here and hang out with us on a live stream. But I know not everybody can just stop what they're doing on a Thursday, which is why those of you guys who do, I appreciate it so much. Robbie, Kathleen, Forte, Roxanne, Home Phone, let's see, JG, making sure I'm not missing anybody, Amy, let's see, who else is here hanging out with me? Sharks, all of you guys, I appreciate you guys more than you know. But if you're watching the recorded version of this and you have a question that you would like for me to answer the following week, there's a link in the description below this video that says questions for next week. And that's where you can send me email questions and I will answer them the following week, like I'm about to do here in just 2 seconds. But before that, let's talk about the site reviews again really quick. Are you guys enjoying the site reviews? Let me know in the chat. If you haven't submitted your site to get reviewed yet, make sure that you go down and you hit that link up and you submit your site. Also, if you guys are new on Zenfolio Live, after the live stream's over, the recorded version of this actually gets published onto our YouTube channel as a video, and you can go back and forth, you can pause, all of that good stuff. And there's actually a link in the description below this video that says Zenfolio Live Archive. That's where it will go for easy finding, so I definitely suggest bookmarking that link. Or if you're a podcast person, you can subscribe to us in iTunes and you'll get a notification as soon as the recording of this live stream is available. And if you subscribe and you haven't downloaded the newest episodes, it will push out that episode to you. So definitely go in iTunes, the podcast directory, do a search for Zenfolio video tutorials, and you can subscribe to us there. All right. Okay, so let me grab some of the email questions. Guys, we've got about half an hour left. I've got a really loud air compressor right behind my head, it sounds like. Hopefully it's not disturbing you guys too much, but we've got about half an hour left. Make sure that you get your questions in the chat so I can get those answered live for you guys today. Let me grab an email question. All right, a viewer of mine says that she likes my blog, but she has a difficult time reading and is wondering if I could put in an audio file so that she could click on it and listen to hear my posts, which are poems. Do you guys say poems or poems? Make fun of me if I said it wrong. You guys say poems or poems? But so she wants to know if I can put an audio file in there so she can click on it and listen to my poems. Is this something I can do? Absolutely. So there's lots of different ways that you can do this. You can embed things in your blog. And if you want my honest opinion, I would not worry about an audio file. Here is what I would do. I would start a YouTube channel and upload that audio file as a video, maybe with a background image, a picture, or something like that onto your YouTube channel. And the reason that I say that is because YouTube is going to get you a lot of traction on that as well. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world right now, you guys. So if you have audio content like that, put it on YouTube, and then you can take that video and embed it into a blog post. So just to show you really quick, if I go to our YouTube channel, which let me grab that really quick. Let's see, YouTube. Actually, let me do this. Let me go to a new incognito window because I want to go somewhere where I'm not actually logged into YouTube. And I'll just go to our channel really quick and grab a video from there. And you can actually get the embed code. And just like with a custom page, you can embed a video in your blog as well. So let me grab this right over here. Here we go. Here's our YouTube. And then if I go to videos, we can just go and grab any one of these. Let's grab last week's live stream. And we're going to go right down here to share. And then hit the embed option. You can actually copy this right here. And then you can embed that in your blog post. And so now you are putting your content out there on YouTube, which is going to develop a lot of traction. But then for that viewer who's having a hard time reading this stuff, they're going to have a video that they can click on and then just listen. So you're going to go to website, go to blog, and then what you're going to do is go to new blog post, or if you have an existing one, I'll just call this YouTube video. You're going to come right down here. Now you can use the embed option if you want, but just like custom pages, you can go to source and you can paste in that embed code, hit source again, center it up, and now we have that YouTube video on here. I can save it and preview it. And so here is that YouTube video where they could play it, listen to it, have the background image, or they could read the poem below or above. However you want to do it. Home phone says I said it wrong, so just for you, home phone, I'm going to keep saying poem. All right? But that's how you can do that. So that's what I would suggest. So if you want to do that, that is what I would suggest. Not only is that going to make it easier for them to listen to that, but it's going to give you that traction coming from YouTube, which is really going to be nice because YouTube is blowing up, and you guys know that. So as long as you are, setting it up the way that you want, you can embed that in there, and it's going to give you a lot of good benefits. So hopefully that gave you a really good answer to the question about putting that in your blog post. All right, let me go grab another email question really quick, and then I will come back to you guys in chat. So if you have more questions, make sure that you start hammering those in the chat for me. Tired of snail mailing my clients CDs of their images. Can Zenfolio help me automate selling digital downloads? I thought I saw the options, but I haven't played with it yet. Can you show me how to set it up? Thank you. All right. So I did a live stream about this a couple of weeks back, guys. So I'll show you really quickly, but I'm not going to dive into the details. So if this is your question, go to the live stream archive or just go to our channel and type in digital downloads. I did a whole entire live stream on selling your digital downloads. The digital product feature of Zenfolio is probably my personal favorite perfect feature that let me get myself untongue-tied. The digital product feature that we have is probably my personal favorite feature because I love the licensing capability that it has to where your clients have to agree to the license that you apply to the images before they can purchase them as digital downloads. And then that license actually accompanies the digital download. And so that is why it's probably one of my favorite features, but you can definitely do this. You just need to go to selling right up here, go to selling. And then you're going to go in here to digital products, create some digital products in here. Once you have them created, you're going to go to selling price list. And if you have an existing price list, add them onto the price list and assign that price list to a gallery. Like I said, I did a whole live stream on it. I don't have enough time. I don't want to rush through this because there's some important stuff you should really, so I would go back and check out that live stream on that. Or if I can get Richard to throw the link to that in the chat, that would be awesome as well. Go watch that live stream so you can see how to get those digital products set up the way that you need to set them up. And again, it is my personal favorite feature here on Zenfolio. Well, I don't know, it's running pretty closely with the pre-order feature. So those two are competing right there. All right. Now, really quick, guys, before I forget again, I told you guys that tomorrow is the last day to either opt in or opt out of the Mother's Day client campaign. I want to make sure that you see how to do both of those options. And so what you're going to do is hover over your name up here in the top right, click on account. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come down here under selling. Let me get myself out of the way. Under selling down here, and you're going to go to free client marketing. And then this is the Mother's Day promotion right here. So guys, tomorrow is the deadline. It says 4/6. Maybe it's, but I would pull it out tomorrow if you're not going to be in it. If you don't want to do the client campaign, make sure that you go in here and opt out before tomorrow. So you can come in here and unenroll. If you want to be in it, make sure that you have that enrollment option selected. It is really cool, guys. I would definitely suggest staying in the client campaign because Zenfolio is going to do some marketing on your behalf. Now, if you're going to stay in it, please do yourself a favor and read the information here and here so that you understand how it's going to work and you can make sure that your account is prepared for that. All right. So make sure that you do that you go in here and you read this so you understand what it is. The way it works is on the day of the campaign, we're actually going to create coupons, email your clients on your behalf, send them these coupons and try to encourage some promotional sales for you. So it's really cool. You just need to make sure that you understand how it works. It takes a lot of that whole process out of your hand and lets you do what you're good at doing, which is getting out there and shooting and creating beautiful photos. So definitely check it out. Make sure that you understand how it works and you're opted in or opted out before tomorrow. Okay. Oh, and I see Richard just threw out the link in the chat for that digital download. So make sure that you go check that out if you haven't watched it. If you've not sold digital downloads through Zenfolio yet or you're not sure how, definitely go check it out. Guys, it will save you so much time if you let Zenfolio handle the digital download sales for you. We email the files to your clients. Like I said, there's a licensing feature that's really cool. It is such a huge time saver. And hands down, well, not hands down. The pre-order feature is getting pretty close to tying second place for me. But those two features are my absolute favorite features here on Zenfolio. All right. Oh, and I wasn't making fun of you, Richard. You did awesome. You did awesome. Awesome. Isn't Richard doing awesome, guys? Let him know in the chat. Show him some love. Tell him he's doing awesome. He's doing fantastic. He helps me out. Like, you guys don't understand how much help comes through the back end that you guys can't see when I'm doing these live streams, because believe it or not, I don't absolutely know everything about Zenfolio, but I have some people that help me in the background that just make it to where I can do this for you guys and just help me out so much, and I really appreciate those. Richard is one of them, so he does awesome. All right, hey guys, make sure you're getting your questions in the chat. Let me check on you guys really quick here. I think Forte is causing some trouble, I read. I'm just kidding, Forte. Let's see. Robbie Allen says, I just added the collapse. Oh, it's on the other pages, but not the home. Mike said, anyone use Zenfolio for team and individual sports packages? How do you set up the pricing? Yeah, we've got a lot of cool options in there, Mike. I can't really give you suggestions on pricing, but definitely something that our users in here can definitely help you with. And then if you reach out to the support team and just let them know, we can help you with some of that stuff as well. Let's see, making sure that I'm catching up to you guys. Forte says, can a member switch the level plan they are on, or will that mess up the site or force you to have to start over? So that really depends, you guys. You can't actually, Forte, so you can't switch your plan level. You definitely need to reach out to Zenfolio unless you're upgrading. If you're upgrading, you can definitely upgrade to a higher plan. It's not going to mess your site up. So if you need to upgrade, you can just go to your account right here, and then if you are able to upgrade, like this is a special plan, I can't upgrade to anything, but you can see other plan options over here, and you can hit upgrade, and you can do that on your own. It's not going to mess anything up because you're gaining features, so it's not going to mess anything up. But if you need to downgrade, if you want to downgrade for whatever reason, you'll need to reach out to the support team to help you out with that. You can reach out to them right here. Just hit the live chat button right here. And hey, if you guys can do me a favor, if you've had any interaction with our support team, they are a phenomenal group of people. Click the chat icon today. Tell them how awesome they are, and select one of those chat gifts for them and let them have a coffee or a lunch out or something like that, because they are an amazing team of people. They are so invested in helping you guys, and they're also photographers as well, and they genuinely love helping you guys out. So if you get a chance today, click that chat icon, tell them how much you appreciate them, and give them one of those chat gifts. Give them a coffee or something like that. They would love it. But if you want to downgrade Forte, you'll have to click on there, talk to one of the support team members, and they can help you out. Now, when you downgrade, depending on what you're going down to, there's definitely some features that you could be losing. If you're downgrading to a plan that doesn't offer selling, you're going to be losing your price list. Some plans don't offer custom watermarks and that kind of stuff, and you lose that stuff. Your entire website is not going to change, but some elements of it could change with a downgrade. So hopefully that answers that question. All right, let's see here. Making sure that Forte said, it's the red hair. I'm sorry. Everything I say comes out sounding worse than I intended. Absolutely not. I was giving you a hard time. You are hilarious and such an amazing part of this community. I really appreciate you. All right, let's see. Richard says, I'm feeling the love. Ian says they are. Yes, yeah, absolutely. They are an amazing group of people. All right, guys, we've got 16 minutes left. Make sure you get those questions in the chat so I can get those answered for you. And just like Forte is saying, guys, they really do get the little gift. Yes, they do. They do. They get the coffee or the food out. So make sure that you hit them up. Let them know how much you appreciate them today, because they are phenomenal. Let me grab some more email questions. And, guys, if you have any more questions on the chat, make sure to get them in so I don't miss them. All right, when a gallery expires, is there any way to recover it, or does it automatically delete the photos from the system? If it does, can I recover the photos somehow? So I think I had a question similar to this a few weeks back, but when a gallery expires, it doesn't actually delete the photos or the gallery from your account. What it does is it just sets it to private. And if you're not familiar with this option, let me take you through the whole process. So let's say that you have a client gallery in here, And guys, if you aren't doing something to create a sense of urgency for your clients to hurry up and buy their photos, this is a great way to do this. The last thing that you want to become for your clients is your client's photo storage solution, right? We don't ever want our clients to think, I'm going to take your photos and I'm going to store them for the rest of my life for you, and you can just come back and they'll be there waiting for you whenever you want. We want to create a sense of urgency. We want them to hurry up and buy, because if they think that they have all the time in the world, they are going to take all the time in the world. And so creating senses of urgency is a way to get them up and get them ordering. And an expiring gallery is a perfect way to do that. And so let's just say we did this wedding, and maybe part of my wedding package is, hey, I will give you a 3-month or a 6-month online gallery. But after that, your images are going to be removed, and you'll have to pay a reinstallment fee, or however you want to work it. You can set that gallery up to expire at that time period. So what you're going to do is just click on that gallery and then hover over access, and then you're going to go down here to expiration, and you're going to say expire after, and this is where you can set up that time period of 3 months or whatever you want, and you save that. And really quick, just so I don't have to enter a password, let me change this to public. All right, so you save that right here, and that is going to put this little hourglass here. Now what happens is when that time period hits, it doesn't delete anything, it just sets that gallery from being private or from being password protected or public to being private, which means that only you can access that gallery on the back end of Zenfolio. Your clients won't be able to see it. So not only does it do that, but when you have this set to expire, it actually gives them a little bit of a warning. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to open this up, and it actually lets them know, hey, this gallery is going to expire. So you guys can't see it. Let me get out of here. This little warning symbol pops up right here, telling your clients that the gallery will expire on that date. So it's a really good way to give them that sense of urgency, to let them know, hey, I'm not your online photo storage, unless that's a service that you want to offer. But it lets them know, I'm not your online photo storage. This stuff is temporary. There is a sense of urgency. Now, as Home Phone's saying, there are lots of photographers who I've seen that sell reopen galleries options, or reinstallment galleries, or extend my gallery as self-fulfilled products. So if your clients, want to have that online gallery up for longer, if they want you to bring it back, having a way that they can pay you to do that is something that, again, it's going to create the sense of urgency, because now, oh man, I need to do what I need to do. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pay more money. Or at least if you have to go back in here and reopen it, you get paid for your trouble of doing that. So you don't want to let yourself turn into online photo storage. All right. Okay, so let me get back to here really quick. Great question, though. Let's see. Forte says, I'm telling you, that's what my clients do to me. They just keep looking at the gallery and buy nothing sometimes. It's annoying and heartbreaking. Yeah, exactly. I totally understand. Like, one of the things that I like to do most is give my clients a 10% discount immediately right out the gate when I send them their gallery invite. But I tell them they only get that discount if they order within the first 3 days, and I make a expiring coupon. And then I also pad my price list to have that 10% in there, so that when they use that coupon, I'm still getting what I actually wanted to get. I'm just creating a sense of urgency. So definitely something to think about. Let's see. Kathleen says, Zenfolio is my favorite. Help folks, and I deal with lots of places for my clients and compare everywhere to everyone else to Zenfolio. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, I'm like telling you, we have a phenomenal support team. Like, I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of Zenfolio and I was a part of the support team, but as people, guys, they are an amazing group of people. And thank you so much for saying that, Kathleen. They are awesome. Mike says, Phil Reedy is the man. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That dude is the man. He is awesome. All right, let me grab another email question really quick, and then I'll come back and check on you guys here in chat. All right, so this question says, I have been taking some pre-orders, and I had one parent who wants to cancel their order and get refunded. Is there a way to do that? So you absolutely can do that. If you've been taking pre-orders, if you have somebody who's disgruntled or just wants you to cancel it or refund it, you can absolutely do that. Let me get logged into a demo account really quick that actually has some pre-orders, and I will show you guys how to do that, because this account actually doesn't have any pre-orders in it that I can show you. So let me get logged in really quick, like 2 seconds. Let me see if I can keep talking while I'm doing this. But yeah, so we're going to get logged into this. Here we go. Almost there, you guys. All right, so what you're going to do is in order to cancel and refund that pre-order, if that's what you need to do, you're going to go to selling. And then what you're going to do is go to reports and payouts, and then click on sales reports, and then go to pre-order. And then you can actually click on one of these pre-orders, whichever one it is, and you can hit cancel order right here. That's going to cancel the order and refund that pre-order back to the parent or whoever placed the order. So you just need to go in there and click on that order number and hit cancel right here. All right, so that is how you can do it. It's definitely an option. You just got to go in there and find that. All right, let's see. Richard says, there are a lot of ways to create incentives for your clients. Exactly. Yes, there is. Let's see. Mo Law. I like that name. I'm trying to add a Facebook pixel to my site. I am sorry. Right now, that's not an option that's available. It's definitely something that we're looking at. But at the moment, there's not really a way to add a Facebook pixel, because I believe that it requires accessing the head tag of the HTML. And at the moment, that is not an option, but it's definitely something that we're looking at. But yeah, like I said, at the moment, that's not an option right now. Amy says, I agree that Phil is awesome too. Ian said, would love to have a party with all customers and staff of Zen. That would be amazing. I would definitely be down to have a party with you guys and hang out with you guys any day of the week. That would be phenomenal. Let's see. Mike says, good point. I should add that. Wish there was more time in the day. Absolutely, right? We need more time in the day for sure. Let's see, making sure I don't understand the point of pre-order. Hey, Mike, so there's lots of different things that you can do with pre-order. I've done a lot of live streams on it. So if you go back, if you need more information, I would go back and check it out. Probably the first one that I would check out, if you're really looking at what's the purpose of pre-order, is go back and look at the pre-order ideas and examples live stream. But basically what pre-order is, if you are in volume photography at all, if you do like schools, sports, things like that, you're going to find that about 50% of your sales drop if you don't take sales before the shoot. So if you don't collect money before the shoot, then about 50% of your sales probably will drop off if you're only collecting money after the shoot. And so that's what pre-order is for. It lets you create a landing page where you can send your clients, or maybe the school parents, however you're setting up, they can go there and pre-order packages and stuff like that before the shoot happens. Then you go do the shoot, and then you can fulfill all of those orders to them. So it's a way to collect money online before the actual shoot happens. Now, there's lots of ways that you can take that feature, dissect it, use it for different purposes. Really, it's all limited to your creative thinking. So you can do pre-order for your sessions. If you're a wedding photographer and you want to use pre-order as a way to let clients make deposits, you can do that. Lots of options that you can do. You just have to kind of get in there and explore around with it. Definitely, if you need to chat more about it, shoot a message out to the support team, put attention Robert, and I would be more than happy to talk to you about how you could utilize pre-order and what it can do for you. So definitely shoot a message out, and I would be more than happy to talk to you. You can shoot a message at zenfolio.com/contact. Just put attention Robert, Mike, and I'll talk to you about the pre-order. We can go all through it. All right, let's see. Let's see here. Let me make sure I'm caught up. Is there a way to make Zenfolio website smartphone version look optimized for the smartphone viewing? So it should look optimized for your phone by default. What happens a lot of times is we go and we look at our website on our phone, and for whatever reason, we've actually switched it to the desktop version on our phone. So if your website, if you're looking at it on your phone and it looks like a really small version of your actual website, then what you need to do is you need to scroll all the way to the bottom of your screen and look for the button that says return to mobile version. And that will turn the mobile site back on for you on your phone, and it should be optimized for the phone. Now, if you're just saying that it looks different from your normal website, it is going to look a little bit different. The mobile version of Zenfolio takes information and translates it from your desktop website to your mobile site. Now, you can customize things, not just specifically for the mobile, but you can go in and change things on your main website to try to optimize it more to look like what you want on your mobile site. It just takes some going back and forth. And if you need some help with that, you can definitely reach out to the support team. They can help you out with that. Just make sure that you send in screenshots and you give them a clear picture of what you're looking to do. That way they can answer you with the best amount of with the best information they can, and they understand what you're trying to do. So definitely great question. Definitely reach out to the support team on that. They'd be more than happy to help you. Kathleen says, let's have a party in Minnesota and we can all practice taking photos of the Labrador puppies. Put it on the calendar. I am down. We'll definitely love to do that. I don't know how we can make it happen. I don't know if we can make it happen, but I am definitely up for some fun like that. That sounds awesome. Call that party a weekend Zenfolio boot camp, and I am in. I'm in the middle. We can mingle and hands and fix our sites together. Yes, that would be cool. Great ideas, you guys. I really appreciate it. Awesome ideas. Home phone says Hawaii. Yes, Hawaii. I'm in. All right, let me make sure that I've got all these emails, questions. I think I got one more I need to hit. Let's see. Is there a way to set up my prints to have copyrights on the back of the images? Absolutely, yes, you can definitely do that depending on the vendor that you're using. This is kind of a little secret hidden feature inside of Zenfolio. Let me take you to the Batcave. So we're going to hover over the account name up here. We're going to hit account. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to selling, which is right behind my head here. We're going to hit selling, and then you can go to vendor preferences right here. And depending on the lab that you're using for your price list for your vendors, some of them have some options. So MPix Lab right here, you can have back printing, and on the back you have some options. You can say put my copyright. You can say put the photo title if you want. You can put the date and time taken. So this lab gives you some options right here. Keep scrolling down. Zenfolio US doesn't give you any options right here. Photo Float, no options. MPix Pro, you pretty much have the same options that you had with MPix. And I think that's true for everyone else, is that you don't have options unless it's like Miller's. With Miller's, you can have a studio logo, but you need to have your Zenfolio account linked to your Miller's account number, and you need to put your studio logo on file with Miller's by emailing them. So you can have a studio logo on the back of your prints if you use Miller's, but you have to have your Miller's account linked to your Zenfolio account. You'll need to reach out to the support team to do that. So reach out to the support team to do that, and then upload your logo and put it on file with Miller's, and then you can come in here and say, put my studio logo on all of my prints. So that's with Miller's Weddings and Portraits. That's with Miller's Schools, Sports, and Events. Those have those options, and then that's pretty much it as far as the back printing options go. So great question, though. It's not a feature that gets talked about much, but if you really want to customize those prints and stuff coming from the labs to your clients, there's some options in there to go and check out and put information on the back of your prints. So definitely something that you should look at and see about doing to give it that extra little customized feel touch to it. All right, we've got a minute left, guys. Let's see if I have any more questions here in the chat. Zenfolio or Richard says, Kathleen, I want all the puppies. That sounds like a dream. Yes, we're big dog lovers, you guys. As I was saying earlier, I have a house pony, which is my Great Dane. And then I have a little dog that we're not sure what it is. I just call it a Mogwai. She looks like a Mogwai, like exactly like a Mogwai. Let's see. Home phone. Roxanne is, you have some pond hockey. I'm in. Pond hockey sounds fun. Shark says, shout out to Robert. Thank you for always being so helpful and informative. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Forte, thank you, Robert. You're truly a wealth of knowledge. Wow, you guys are going to make me blush. I'm with Miller's, and I didn't know that, she said. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Hey, guys, 25 seconds left. Last thing I want to leave you guys with, make sure that you go do something awesome and positive for somebody today. It's Thursday. Friday's coming up tomorrow. Make sure that you don't end the day without doing something nice for somebody today. Reach out to somebody, make them feel good about themselves, and just make the world an awesome place. You guys are awesome. I will see you all on Site Review Tuesday, and hope you guys have a great weekend. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.